Well, I might as well go into some details what's going on. So right now, I'm still cleaning up the blue room. It's called the blue room because it's it's blue. Anyway, I'm going to rename it the parts and service room because this is where all the parts get made, and the room itself is in pieces and needs some service. Uh, I need to wait probably till after Thanksgiving so I can get a bed or a truck long enough so I can get some segments of drywall to put on the ceiling and also to replace this tarping. Ugh, look at all that mold. Delicious. So, I just saw some particles fall on my face. So yeah, that'll be that problem fixed. It's not nearly as hot in here. You don't really feel a draft as you used to. There's still somewhat of a draft, like over here where there's a hole in the plastic, but that's barely. So yeah, in terms of what's being printed, this is a new design for Funtime Freddy's jaw. I haven't taken off the print yet, but originally the jaw servo would connect to this piece right here, and it would push it up and down, and that would make his jaw move. But given how he's only pushing on this one side and would cause to get all wobbly, I decided to make this part right here. So this piece, as you can kind of see, it perfectly aligns in the middle of these two pieces. So the servo horn would screw into here, and those holes are big enough for a heated insert. So then I would screw through this hole into the heated insert, so it would ride this plastic part. And so instead of having it one connector on one side, it's on both sides. So both sides are being pushed down to make everything stable. Also, I thickened this bridge to also keep these two parts stable, because if this top piece broken, these two separate sides will be all wibbly wobbly, and that's what he has right now, because this original part broke. But so I'll have this bridge, and then I'll have this as a secondary bridge, so hopefully keep everything nice and piecey together. In terms of Big Bertha, she's having some printing problems. So you can kind of see those really thick lines. Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe it's a printing setting. No, it's because of this. Can you hear it squeaking? Also, you can kind of see the metal shavings on top of the extruder. So there are the Z-axis stepper. That's a problem. It's either I haven't screwed this in all the way and it's not perfectly held down, or there's no lube in here. I'm gonna just go with the lube first, and I mean, worst case scenario, I can just order one of these in case it was faulty. But hey, actually, you can kind of see this is similar to this, but this is for the bottom plates. These are for the middle plates, and I already went ahead and reprinted these in the other room. Let's see. So we have the table for the old Ender 3s, and now we have the new table for the resin printers. How it's going to work is I'm going to, before I put the resin printers in here, I'm going to fix this ceiling and probably the shelf, because, I like my shelf. I want my shelf. I can even put that resin printer over here. So I have all three resin printers. Focus, 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 focus. There we go. All three resin printers in here, the cleaning station here, and then I'll have, this entire area to cleaning and all that other stuff. So I don't have to worry about doing it in my room and also stinking up the place. I kind of like it, since I usually use white. I usually use white resin anyway. It'll be easier to see. Also, this is flat, not with like that fake wood grain stuff, so it'll be easy to see. I did mess up the screw and tighten it too much, but whatever. Ha ha. Yeah. So this is the parts and service room. Oh yeah, I might move these. These contain storage materials that are originally over there. But I'm moving stuff around in here, so hopefully that entire back, that back wall and this corner here will have all the storage stuff, because it's still very, very vulnerable. Well, I can't see it. Oh yeah, that was just me stepping on the ground. That's how flexible the floor is. So keeping all the weight to the outside of the room is probably the best option. But in terms of what's going on in my bedroom, I haven't had much time to clean up in here because the second I got home, I was doing that table and also working on a pressure washer outside. The Mimic has somehow found its way down there, and there's the pile of all the bonbon parts I'm printing so far. But I was able to print this middle piece that the other printer failed to do. Now it doesn't have, come on, focus. It doesn't have those thick layer lines like the other one does. I mean, it kind of got a little warped at the end. I think because it wasn't perfectly flat. It's like offset, but you can kind of tell with the layer lines how it's all weird and offset. But, this should work just fine. Jeffrey is still chilling in the cup. Pretty sure I think that was my dead mom's favorite cup. Oh well. Funtime Freddy still chilling with the googly eyes. Candy Cadet has still not been touched. The Faz wrench battery died. I have to fix that. I'm going to take these resin printers and move them in there. And look how much room I'll have. I'll have that whole section to myself. And also wherever that cleaner went. Oh, hi, Mimic. The Mimic. I have also simplified Funtime Freddy's spine piece and the jaw servo holder. So as you can kind of see, let me just turn this on. Oh, my battery's too low. That sucks. So you can kind of see where it only connects to that one side and it's not perfect. It's a little offset. And you can kind of see there's confliction with all that stress. So what the new version should do, hopefully fix that, so this jaw servo can control both sides. Because you can see, like I was saying earlier, this middle section right here is broken. It's broken, so it's no longer connected. So the left side is a lot wobblier and free. See how that's moving more freely than the one on the right? So that's basically it's an insurance policy to keep both plates equal. Also, to basically save on resources, I've combined this with this and cut this down to get this. So it's the same spine piece with the center point in the back. So that's the pivot point for the jaw. This is the joint where the jaw moves on. And instead of just, I used to just drill directly into this. I said, what, screw it. I'll just print it as one solid part, and that should fix it. Yeah. Also cut it down, because really it doesn't flex that much. And if everything's perfectly aligned and the stress isn't that bad, it should help. Also, I pulled the servo way back. So the servo is like right there in terms of that backmost screw hole, which is that hole right there. It's now like right in between these two metal holes. That's how far back I pulled it, just so when that connector bridge that I printed for this, it doesn't conflict and bump into this piece. I pulled it back so it falls into this trench. I also lowered this compared to what it is on this part to also help with that. So yeah, I have to pretty much put heated inserts in this piece. I have to put heated inserts in the new spine piece. I have to put heated inserts in the new top these piece. Pretty much I'm gonna have to tear this entire thing down and just install all the new parts on and just completely reassemble Funtime Freddy. What else? I gotta give a shout out to my man Afton Robotics, and yes, he took the name. I would have that name, but he took it, so blame him. But I want to thank him for giving me an idea to help deal with sanding these eyeballs. Originally, I had this big piece of, I'll find that later, this big piece of steel, and I would cut it to shape, and I would hole punch it and then drill press into it, and it'd be perfectly, I'd drill holes from these holes, and then I would drill another hole for my drill and spin it at high speeds, and then blah blah blah. But he gave me the idea, just not intentionally, just by seeing what he was doing with some of his arm connection, is using these ball end connectors to basically act as makeshift U-joint to fit any size. And I'm going to make it so that I'm not going to just constantly drill into it. I'm going to have a special nut in place. I might just solder it shut. I'm not sure. I have 3mm thread that's going to fit in this hole. so I can have it perfectly to shape, and I could screw off each end and basically keep the center in the center. This should allow me to put a drill on this and spin it at high speeds so I could sand it and make a nice polished finish. Kind of like how that one has. You know, look how polishy it is. Look how ugly that one looks. So yeah, go check him out. He also makes animatronics. He's actually using carbon fiber. that's one step up above what I'm doing. Oh. Yeah, I guess that's it. I kind of just want to do a little mini update of what's going on. I'm not going to be going to Thanksgiving because pretty much, you know, I'm a loner. No one in life loves me. So I'll just probably be working on this tomorrow, and probably the same thing Thanksgiving and the rest of the weekend. You know, also cleaning up in here and all the other stuff. But yeah, just giving you an update. You got mail. 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 I know where you live.